Alright, so I got the carbs taken off the motorcycle now. And the first thing that you're going to want to do whenever you're cleaning out your carburetors is you're actually going to want to have to take and remove the fuel from the float bowl. Now your float bowl normally sits underneath. And you have a screw on the side. On this one I have a screw on the side, and when I unloosen the screw, well, it's going to let the fuel leak out. Try to give you guys a close up of that. This guy right here. Now, it could be onto a lawnmower or onto a snowblower, it really doesn't matter, but you are going to have to relieve the fuel. Because if you turn this guy upside down and the fuel ends up going up the shaft and hits into your diaphragms, well, you guys basically just wreck the carburetor. So, first step, remove the fuel. Take him, we'll tighten him back up. And these screws do not have to be super tight. So now that we got all the gas out of it, now we can go ahead and turn the carburetor on its side. Now, I'm not going to be doing an extensive cleaning on this carburetor. I'm only going to be doing a very minimum cleaning, which is basically just taking out the float bowls, which are down here. Oh, you guys can't even really see that, huh? Bring you guys, there we go. So all I'm going to be doing on this one is just removing the float bowls. We're going to be taking out our main and pilot jets, and we're going to be cleaning those out. We're going to be just giving it an overall quick cleaning in order to get it back on the road. So in order to remove the carbs, we have 3 screws on this one and 4 on the other one. So I'm guessing somebody was already playing in this. I bought this bike about 2 years ago and I haven't taken anything apart, so I'm going to say that somebody else was already in here. So the first thing we're going to do is remove these screws to remove this. I'm guessing it's it's just a solenoid valve for vacuum. So we'll take this guy off because we do have to play around behind it. We're going to take that and we're going to put the solenoid valve over there. Now what I like to do whenever I'm removing screws is that I actually take and I always put them back wherever I took them off, and that way I know exactly where they go. Now after that we have the float bowl screws. There's 8 in total. Oh boy. Oh, that one's tight. I'm only going to be doing one side at a time in case you guys are wondering, just so that I don't get parts mixed up. And same thing with these screws, they do not go on super tight. So now we should be able to take and wiggle off the float bowl. And that is disgusting. Oh wow. No wonder this guy's not running right. Try to give you guys a close-up of that. Hopefully you guys will be able to see all the gunk onto it. This is going to be a before shot. I'll give you guys an after shot. But basically it's all green, and this guy should not be green at all. So this guy needs a major cleaning, so that's what we're going to give it. So we're going to take the float bowl. We're going to set the float bowl aside now. Try to remember the orientation of the float bowl. It makes it easier. So if I took it off this way, I'm going to set it down this way. Let's take a look on the inside of the float bowl. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Look at all the little bits of rust in there. So this guy's going to be getting cleaned out also. So the next step we're going to do is that we're going to remove our floats. Be careful when you're removing your floats not to bend the tang that's onto for your floats. Because if you bend the tang, well, what could end up happening is that you can either make depending on which way you bend it, you will either make it richer or leaner. So, and since mine didn't really have an issue with that, I do not want to bend the tang. So we're going to take and remove this. And this is your float. And attached to the float is your needle valve, the little guy wiggling around there. Now, if you look closely, there's a little tang that the needle valve is on, and if you bend that guy up or down, depending on which way you put it, you will get a richer or leaner mixture. And there is a spec for that, but you have to go through your shop manuals in order to find that. So we'll leave that be. Now that we have that done, now we have to remove our idle jet, our pilot jet, and our main jet. And to do that, we need, for this one right here, we can actually use a 10mm, I think, or it might be a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's smaller than 10. So I will go get a socket, and we have an 8mm. And for the other two, we need a flathead screwdriver. So we're gonna start off with taking this guy apart, and he's not gonna be super hard, so that's great. Typically, anytime that you remove stuff out of the, oh boys, yeah, okay. Anytime that you remove any components, you should be replacing any and all seals. So what we are gonna do with this is take and clean it. I actually had brought some carb cleaner. Where did I put that? Okay, so I don't have any fancy tools for cleaning out carburetors. Okay, my main jet is actually pretty clean. I could stick this guy all the way through, no problem. Alright. Now, what you have to be careful for is also the side holes. So we gotta take in. I use wire for this. You can use whatever you'd like. I find wire works out great. I do this for snowblowers and lawnmowers too. Like I said, my main jet seems to be working good. It doesn't seem to be blocked at all. But we're gonna take and we're gonna clean him up anyway before we do anything. A little wire brush. You don't really want to buff this because it is brass, and if you buff it too much, well, just get nice and might actually take away more material than what you want. So wire brush, way to go. Take off most of the stuff, and we're gonna take and spray him out real quick. Some brake cleaner, carb cleaner. I would prefer carb cleaner, but brake cleaner will do. I am okay with that. Perfect. So, not green anymore. Gotta remember to clean the float bowl after, because that's where all the gas sits, and we don't want that. So, main jet is all clean. Now we got to remove our pilot and our idle. But typically, this is going to be your idle. So hopefully I'll be able to show this very good on camera, but let's see. So yeah, you guys can see through this one. Okay, you guys can see where the light's coming through it. And you want that on every single one of these jets. Okay, so this is my main jet. Now, if I shine a light onto my idle jet, we can't see through it. I know it's very small, but we can't see through that one. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean it, and I'll show you guys what it's like afterwards. Oh yeah, that's blocked. I can't even get this guy through here. So this guy might be sitting for a little bit in some solution in order to loosen up all the gunk that's into it. So I think I'm going to let him sit in some gas, and then I'll get back to him. So we'll get back to him. We'll put him in some gas, let him soak up a little bit, and we'll take off the next one. And there we go. And this one. So this one we can see through, so I'm not too worried about, but we're still going to clean them up. Alright, so I'm okay with that one. We're going to leave everything soak, and then I'll take and I'll clean it up in a minute. But we'll clean out the bowl, and we'll start on the other one. I don't have an air gun here, so bear with me. Excuse me. Needle is good. Alright, time to clean out the bowl. If you guys could see the amount of crap that is in this, it is ridiculous. I'm gonna empty that out. And then, look at that. Got my carb cleaner. That'll work out a little bit better. Hopefully the chemical reaction in that isn't going to be too big. So let's fill this guy up. So we're going to leave this guy soak now. It's pretty caked on there. Alright. So we're going to leave him soak and I will get back to him in a minute. So next we have number 2. So we're going to take off this guy. This is why I said I think somebody was already in here, because this one is all eaten up. Ooh yeah, this one's just as bad, if not worse. So we're going to soak this guy up right now. We're going to leave him sit for a little bit. We'll get back to him in a minute. And same thing on this one. We're gonna have to take, oh man, and we're gonna have to remove everything that's in here. So now let's get to the second one. I might actually get something to soak these guys in for a couple minutes, and then I'll get to the cleaning, because it looks bad. It is very, very bad. I can see through them all now, except for this one. Now I can. Alright, I'm gonna get something else. We're gonna let all these guys soak. Alright. I'm gonna get something to soak all this. Alright, welcome back. So, just swirling it around a little bit. We're going to see, looks pretty dirty in there. We're going to see how everything turned out. Really don't feel like putting my hand into it, so try to see if we can get this stuff out. So, this is number 1. I'll just take and we'll clean it off real quick. Try to show you guys can see through it. As you can see, nice and clear. Now this one is our main jet on this side. So we're gonna take and we'll retighten this guy. This guy has a little bit of torque onto him, not much. Just a little bit. Oh. There we go. That was nice. Now we're gonna go with well, which one was it? Wasn't this one? Alright, let's see if we can get this guy all nice and clean. Now it's important to make sure that there's no extra little holes all the way around your jets. This one does not seem to have any. Try to show you this one. This one's a little bit smaller, but we might be able to see through it. Yeah, I just seen through it. Wish I had a better light for you. But it's not. I can get my fingers out of the way. We can do that again. So as you can see through this one now, which is perfect. This one is this guy. Alright, we'll tighten him up. Now, This one was the bad one. And we're going to see if we are able to clean it. Because when these guys get jammed up with gunk and dirt, especially when it is a very, very small orifice, it's not the easiest thing to clean. Alright, let's see if we can get some smaller wire, shall we? Always keep wire lying around. You never know when you're going to need it. We might have to leave this guy sit a little bit longer, and I'll put the other side back together. We're going to put this guy back in and leave him sit some more. Alright, let's get to the other one. Oh, see what we can do here. My main jet was pretty nice already, so I'm not too worried about that. But I did need a good cleaning, so like that. And that looks perfect. Give you guys a shot of that. My main jet I haven't touched, but try to see. As you guys can see through that one, so I'm okay with that. Put him back on. Technically I should be doing a complete teardown, but I just really don't feel like it today. So if this gets it running, I'll be happy with that. Okay. Let's go to number 2. Should use the pliers to grab them, eh? And number 2. Woo! That was close. Oh, that's gonna burn me. Alright, show you guys that one. And I gotta try to find where the other one went now. Okay, because it fell. So, and can we see it? Yeah, right there. So that one's clean. Now I'm gonna have to go down on the ground and try to find my idling one. So let's go look for it now. Oh, I'll pause you guys and I'll be right back. And that was quick. Lucky me, it stayed in and it did not move. So it's still in there. You guys can't see it, eh? Oh, it's down there. So now we're gonna take him out and we're gonna clean him. And same thing, a very small orifice on this one, so let's see how bad this one is. This one's all clogged up too. They're still clogged. Ah, this one's unclogged. So now I should be able to show you guys what is going on with this one. Take another piece, another strand that's maybe a little bit straighter. Try to show this to you guys. As you can see, the wires coming through this one, so that one is clean. We're just gonna clean up the exterior of it. Well, I set that down. So that one is all done. And we're gonna clean up the exterior, wire brush. Try to get off all that corrosion without poking yourself. And I don't know if I'll be able to show this one to you because it is a very, very small hole, but hopefully, yeah, you can see it right there. Now you can see through this one, so I'm happy with that. It's actually not that dirty, so we'll tighten this one back up. And we will start back with the other one now. Where did I put that one? There we go. I poked myself really hard. Anyway, okay. Now we have to try to get this one clean. Alright. And, oh, look at that now. Huh? That's all it took. A little bit more. And it's all clean now. I will be able to show you guys that this one's all clean. Trying to show you guys that. And you can see right there. We can see through it. That means it's all clean. And that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing to these. I'm going to finish cleaning out the bowls now. Let's see what this one looks like. Should be a little bit better. Take this guy. So, that is bowl number 1. Put our float back with our needle on this side, making sure that it actually goes on properly. There we go. And then we have a screw to hold everything in place. Just put him back. Alright. Then we had our bowl. Now, here's what the bowl looks like now. Looks a little bit, a lot better than what it did. I got out all the gunk that was into it, so I'm okay with that. And we're going to tighten this guy up. And then we're going to start putting back the other side. And that's it. Then I'm gonna put everything back together onto the bike, and if everything works the way it's supposed to, oh, the bike should run a lot better. Alright, now I'm gonna clean out this one because it is disgusting also. If I had a little brush, I'd be able to really clean up the bowls, but I don't have any little brushes on hand. I don't really work on motorcycles that often, so four-wheelers, motorcycles, try to stay away from. I don't mainly do. I'll fix snowblowers and lawnmowers. Very simple carburetors on snowblowers and lawnmowers. Let's see. Perfect. Let's put everything back together. We'll put this guy back in now. Yeah. And that is it. I'll put this guy back together. And then I'll go down. The next part will be starting it. Ooh, Mitsubishi parts. Look at that. So it got a little bit later in the day. I had some other things that needed to be done, but I got the carburetor back in, and I got a booster pack hooked up because I am waiting for a battery for the bike also, because my battery actually ended up dying, and the battery is over there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to turn on the key, and as I told you today, it was pretty warm out, so I don't think that we're going to need a choke. The choke is off. And as you remember a while ago, I needed the choke to start the bike. Now we're going to come around. Ooh. And ooh, nice little backfire. We might need to do some adjustments on the carburetor, but as it is right now, it is a lot better. As you can tell, there's now it idles, I give it gas and it runs, so I'm happy with that. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.